The thing that's different between me and Rachel is really just the time period. We're in our bonnets and our corsets. It's like so fun. I asked if I could for that episode not wear makeup, and everyone was like, "Yeah, we love it." Feels like she's the only one, the only new mother who's ever struggled. And I walk in, he's like, "Matreya, do you remember me?" He's like, "It's Ned's mom."
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart in Motion podcast. I'm so excited to welcome Matreya Scarrwener to the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Stephanie?
I'm fantastic. Loving Rachel Yost on Hope Valley 1874 and so excited to talk to you for just a few minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited to talk to you too. Nice to meet you.
So I'm so curious, like what was it about this project that made you want to be a part of it?
Oh, good question. I mean, it was a few things. The first thing, obviously, is I live in Vancouver. I grew up in Vancouver, so I'm very familiar with When Calls the Heart.
Yeah.
And also in being an actor in Vancouver, living and working here, like you know about When Calls the Heart. So it was very exciting. It feels kind of like joining not just a show, but like it seems like there's so much energy behind One Calls the Heart, you know? It's like the fandom has like it's I've only experienced something like that maybe a few times in my life and never even particularly like this. So that
Yeah.
was very exciting. But also the period. I love a period piece. I was so excited to be like working outside with there's horses on the property, there's chickens, and we're in our bonnets and our corsets. It's like so fun. You know? Like,
It's
yeah.
so fun that, you being in Vancouver, you know about When Calls the Heart. I remember the first time that I came to Vancouver and they said, you're going to go through customs. And they said, just tell them you're going to the When Calls the Heart set. They'll know what you're
Really?
talking about. So I'm curious, like, what would you say from Rachel to you? What would you
Mhm.
say is you're most like Rachel, and what's something that you're very different about?
Oh, that's such a good question. You know, I've actually had this conversation with some other people in the cast, and I really feel like the thing that's different between me and Rachel is probably really just the time period. I think if I lived in a different time, my life would potentially be very similar to hers. I probably I'm 28 years old, so I probably would and I don't have any children, but I think if I lived in a different time, I would probably be, like going on some adventure, and I'd probably be a mother and a wife. And I think that yeah, I think we're actually it's not a character that I'm like, okay, like I need to get into the headspace of this different person. Like it feels kind of very natural to me. Like I really just feel honestly I'm playing myself but in a different time.
Well, and I can say, I've really enjoyed episodes 6 and 7 and
Oh,
Rachel
thank you.
Rachel's story, and it appears very natural for you. So really
Mm,
enjoying that storyline. You had
thank
mentioned
you.
knowing about When Calls the Heart. When I talked with Grayson, he said that director Mike Roll had said, "Hey, there's a lot of pressure on you right now because
Yeah.
there's this Yost legacy." I'm curious, did Mike Roll have that same conversation with you?
Well, I'd actually worked with Mike maybe a decade ago in one of my first ever acting jobs, and it was also a Western, funnily enough.
Need to be.
But I didn't know if he'd remember me, and so I went for my first fitting at the production office, and they're like, "Oh, if you want to come meet the director of episode 1 and 2, like he's just in here," and I was like, "Oh, I know him, but I don't know if he'll remember me." And I walk in, he's like, "Matreya, do you remember me?" He's like, "It's Ned's mom," and I feel like I've kind of been immediately and consistently met with that. Like people seem to really not like of course love Ned Yost, but also really love Rothgar as well. Like
Oh.
it's all the same crew as one call, or not all the same crew, but a lot of the same crew. And
Mhm.
people are like, "Oh, like you're Ned's mom. Like I love Rothgar. He's the best." So it's cool. Like you're kind of just like met with this fondness that people are like, "I know you. You're Ned's mom." It's kind of a really nice thing, you know.
It's got to be fun to know. And I know even now, like in episode 7, there's a really sweet moment where Rachel is holding the baby. And, you immediately just start thinking about the Ned that we know in When Calls the
Mm.
Heart. And anytime I email or I interview the When Calls the Heart actors and say, hey, who do you want to like have more scenes with? It's consistently Rothgar.
Is it
So
really? I gotta meet him. I want to meet him.
he's famous. He's really
Yeah,
famous.
I understand.
So we're really coming up on the end of the season, which is just crazy to believe. And I'm really curious, when you think about who Rachel is, have we already seen that moment for you that really defines her, or is that still to come?
I think when I think of Rachel, I think big episodes for me are episodes 6 and 7. So we're about to see episode 7, and um episode 7 was I'm excited for everyone to see it. It was a really special one for me because reading those scenes, it struck me how she feels like she's the only one going through this. She feels like she's the only one, the only new mother who's ever struggled and had her well-being affected by the lack of sleep and things like that. But it's something that's so universal that the show set 150 years ago, and it's completely the opposite, and it was just very cool. It was an honor for me to play a mother. And my best friend has two little baby boys, and I've been really, I've been kind of around. um I have lots of friends with kids, and yeah, it was special for me to play a character that's going through that on TV, because it's something that gets to be seen and spoken about. As an actor, you kind of hope that sometimes you get to play a character that makes someone maybe feel related to or less alone. And this was something that it's not easy to talk about, you know, colic or the your mental health being affected by the lack of sleep or things like
Mhm.
postpartum depression. But when you do, it makes people feel less alone. And that was really an honor for me to play someone who was struggling and felt like they were the only one who was. And I've never been able to do this before, but I asked if I could for that episode not wear makeup, and everyone was like, "Yeah, we love it." Like, and I've tried to do that before in other projects, and people are always like, "No, you have to, just for the camera and the lights, like
Yeah,
it's necessary." And they
yeah.
were like, "Yeah, let's do it. Like, let's like it's not supposed to be pretty or glamorous. It's like you being a mother is like you give so much, and I think it's a really beautiful thing." So yeah, episode 7 is a big one for me. It's really really an honor to play a mother.
There's some really special moments between Rachel and Hattie that I'm really excited for everybody to see. It really does honor the mother role, just like you say. And it's been really special to watch those female relationships in the
Yeah.
season as well. So I'm excited for everybody to see it. So.
Yeah, no kidding. That's yeah. And Jill is such an incredible actor. I love working with her. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you, Matreya, for the conversation. So excited to see, the last couple of episodes of Hope Valley 1874. And I want to remind everybody that they can watch it every Thursday on Hallmark Plus. So thanks so much for
Yeah.
joining me.
Thanks so much for chatting. It was so nice to talk to you.
You too. All right. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.